Find out why texting and walking should be a crime and which smartphone user hogs up the most data. I'm Jeff Bacalar in for Bridget Carey. This is your CNET Update. Are you an iPhone 5S owner? If you are, you're part of the most data-hungry smartphone users out there. A new study conducted by JDSU says that iPhone 5S users gobble up more data than any other mobile device around, and that includes every single version of the iPad. So what about a product that isn't Apple? Well, in the top 10 list of gluttonous devices, only the HTC Sensation, Sony Xperia SP, and Galaxy S4 make the cut. AOL has announced it will pay $83 million for internet personalization site Gravity in a deal that will make it easier for its network of sites to present relevant content to its users, and it might also help AOL's targeting and advertising as well. So if you're like me and you've never heard of Gravity up until right this second, you'll probably recall the company's interest graph. It's a visualization of trending topics on the internet. Okay, let's switch gears just for a second and talk about Nintendo. After the company has hinted that it might report losses for a third straight year in a row, a lot of industry talking heads have declared it time for Nintendo to go mobile and begin offering their games on platforms like iOS and Android. But Wired's Chris Kohler has another idea altogether. In his piece, he says that Nintendo should avoid going to the mobile platforms and instead competing with their business model. Under the current model, Nintendo owners have to pay $250 for the console and then $50 for each game. What Kohler says is that Nintendo should lower their prices and open their platforms to independent developers. Either way you slice it, the company is facing some real trouble. And plus, every time I talk about this, there's a little piece of my childhood that dies inside. Reports are in that TiVo has laid off much of its hardware engineering team, even though the company claims it's not getting out of the hardware business altogether and will continue to make set-top boxes. That said, TiVo is looking to the future of DVR and how cloud computing will most certainly be a big part of it. Finally, from the Captain Obvious department, a new study out of an Australian university has concluded that texting while walking causes people to act funny, like abandoning walking in a straight line and reduced range of motion and other mental distractions. Make no mistake, people, those who text and walk at the same time are among the worst kind of people. So I personally find it comforting that now we have science that's going to back up that kind of claim. That's going to do it for this tech news update. You can find out more details by heading over to cnet.com/update. You can always keep up with the latest stories by following me on Twitter. From our studios here in New York, I'm Jeff Bacalar.